From Germany, 7 persons have come to the new European Parliament from a newborn party called Alternative für Deutschland, the Alternative for Germany. Their chairman is BERND LUCKE, and I asked him what he wants to achieve by coming from Germany, from internal German politics, to Strasbourg, to the European Parliament.
I know that it is very hard to change anything in the course of European policies, so I do not think that I had any illusions about my coming here. Actually, I think that the political mission which I have will take effect more in Germany, where I'm being viewed as a Eurosceptic, as a person who is skeptical with regards to the common currency, so Euro as the common currency. And where I will have an effect on the degree of approval to the established parties in Germany, which are always sort of glorifying Europe and the common currency and at the same time overlooking the severe problems which we have in the Eurozone with unemployment, with youth unemployment, with high debt. So I think that people become much more aware, people in Germany, voters in Germany become much more aware of what I stand for by me being in the European Parliament.
So, in fact, you are using the European Parliament as a platform for internal politics in Germany?
Well, no, I mean, my aim is it to change something in terms of European policies. Our party was founded on the issue of the Euro crisis, so I do want to change something about Europe. But I think the way for a small party to do this is to influence the path, the course of the big parties. And we can influence the path of the big parties only by getting a larger share of voters which desert the old parties in Germany. And then the CDU and the SPD will also vote for different policies in Europe, in the European Parliament. Their representatives will do that in the European Council. So I think this is how things get moving.
But your name, the name of your party is the Alternative for Germany, Alternative für Deutschland, not for Europe.
This is true, but the name of our party was given to the party because of Angela Merkel's famous statement that there is no alternative to her policies, and we wanted to make
including
clear
the European
that,
politics.
yeah, I mean, this was on a European issue. We wanted to make clear that there are indeed alternatives to Mrs. Merkel, and there are alternatives for voters in Germany, so there is an alternative for Germany.
Your group tried to get access to both the chairman seats of committees or vice chairman seats. You didn't achieve anything like that. Are you disappointed?
Not quite. I mean, Mr. Henkel was elected as the vice president of the industry committee, but 2 others of our candidates, including myself, were not elected. This, I think, is a typical political mechanism to depict newborn parties as somehow outcasts, outlaws, people you don't want to talk to, people which are not acceptable to the majority. The Green Party in Germany has suffered exactly the same kind of treatment in its early years. Now that it is an established party, it practices the same type of policies against new competitors. So I think this is something which is natural, although I think you should deplore it.
But on the other hand, you could say you have 5 years to learn.
Well, I don't think that we need 5 years to learn. I think we have quite good people in the European Parliament. We have lots of really good knowledge in our party. So I think competence is really something we are competitive on, and we can and we will contribute to the European problems, both in the European Parliament and in German politics.
Final question, what is your main aim right now?
My main aim right now is actually the aim which I already depicted, changing the course of German European policies. Perhaps I should be more specific with regard to what is coming up next. Mr. Juncker made it very plain today in his speech that he intends to establish something like European economic governance. And actually Mr. Schäuble, our finance minister, has made similar remarks. So I think this is a dangerous development for Europe, because it means that the national governments will lose their power on sort of the core issues of politics, on financial politics and on economic policy. So if this happens, then it means that Europe is in a big crisis because we don't really have good democratic mechanisms to decide on the European level on how resources are to be distributed. There's the big danger that there will be a coalition of those countries which are weak and think they should get more support against those countries which pay for that. And if we have this type of coalition, then this will induce the feeling of being exploited by the peoples of the richer country. And this may actually destroy Europe or the European Union in the way we know it.